Hello, this is Sealchan, and this is episode 7 of my Infinity Evolved Progressive Let's Play. And I am standing in a shallow lake because I wanted to be efficient. Now that my activities are beginning to spread out across the landscape more, I thought I'd start off on one end and walk along until I got to another end where things have been happening during this round. However, I don't remember. It's been such a long time since I last recorded. Lots been going on in my life. Good things. But I don't remember where the digger went to get his clay, a stack of clay balls and a stack of mud balls. So here I am, pretty close to the western edge of the prairie area, and obviously this is a great place to go looking for clay. I think I probably worked through this river area and found clay and mud in here and dug it up. I used a pattern of only going down one block, I believe. Oh, wow. That's skeletons nearby. You can see it on the map here, but he's not right there. Anyway, just easy reach clay, or I could dig it up without being underwater and it taking a long time, right? If you dig this, it's gonna take twice as long. I still don't even have a shovel, but I got a whole stack of clay. It wasn't too hard. Let me start walking back here, this direction. And the digger also got a whole stack of mud balls. Mud balls are obtained when you use your fist or a shovel on mud blocks, and maybe I'll just kind of head over to the river here. Oh yeah, there's another thing which I may have forgotten about over this way. Let's see. I wonder if it's right over there. Anyway, on the edge of this biome where you can definitely see mud blocks, I had a bunch of mud blocks in the river somewhere and I dug them up. I think right here is probably, yeah, see there's mud there. And I just stopped. This is mud. You dig it up, it's just like clay. You get balls, little mud balls. Maybe I'll show you if you care to see that when I get back to home base camp. Also, boy, where is that? I bet you it's over this way. How much sun do I have? Not much. Hate to have to run all the way back here, but let me see what I can get away with here. The forester discovered a small stand. Oh boy, this is not going to be good. Small stand of trees over there. I guess I'm just going to have to come back. I'll just have barely enough time to run back to my bed. Anyway, industrial craft rubber trees. Found a very small patch of them by the river over there. You don't really see them anywhere at all in the prairie biome. So it's probably there just because it was in the river. So I started working with that grove. I've gone through a lot more thoughts and a little bit of changes of how I'm going to approach things. I wanted to develop that grove in place rather than move it over to some central area where all the trees are going to be. In fact, very much more I'm thinking that all my natural resources should be developed as much as possible in place, as if I'm working with the land and the natural landscape where things naturally evolve, and yeah, to do that. So it will tend to spread out my build across the landscape more, which is fine. I think it'll make a great design pattern for how things are done. Okay, well, I'm going to run back there. That's what I was trying to avoid, but it's a learning process. Anyway, let's head west. Maybe we'll hit well, the forester did two things, and they're going to both be on the way here. So, um, one of them was to kind of work on the rubber tree grove. The other one was to work on the first berry patch. Natura has many berries. They're great early game food. Probably going to be my main food here in short while. Anyway, I decided there was 2 blocks of Natura blueberry bush right here or right next to here. It was actually under this tree, and I either moved the tree or the bush is 2 blocks over. And I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and expand this blueberry patch, these blueberry blocks, and make a farm. And all you have to do is just knock off this top block. They grow like sugarcane, so you get an initial bottom block that grows to maturity, a full block size, and then it'll do a little bud on top. You can see one right here, a larger one here, and they'll grow until they're full size, and then they support growing up to 3 blocks high, just like sugarcane. And they produce berries, so they can be empty of berries. If you right click, you harvest the berry, and then after a while it will regenerate. I decided to kind of fill in this space here, it's kind of a natural depression, with a blueberry patch. I cleared all the grass blocks around it, so it's kind of a clear walking path. But yeah, it's fully accessible. It's going to be 3 blocks high, filling in this space. It'll be a great source of blueberries. I'm sure it won't take me long to get a stack of those. Anyway, let's continue on. The other thing the forester did is, again, that rubber tree farm, and I thought I'd show that to you. A great thing, too, about the Natura bushes, including the blueberry bush, is you don't need shears or anything. You can just punch the block. It's very easy. It's great early game food. I have a Biomes of Plenty berry from the Biomes of Plenty berry bush. It's been around for a long time, which has been the obvious inspiration of later versions of Minecraft's sweet berries. And I think I need to swim through here. Right here is one of those rubberwood trees. They often have this distinctive double leaf block, or triple in this case, on the top. There were a bunch of them crowded together, so I spread them out, and only one has regrown. This is what the sapling looks like. It has this kind of orange thing in it, and what that is not going to be able to show you. It's something that we'll get to very soon. But these trees are part of a mod called Industrial Craft, and it's an industrial mod, one of the earliest mods, and it features a lot of industry-related automation types of machines that you string together. You have to power them. It's great. It's a great addition to Minecraft, although on the other hand, people sometimes critique that kind of mechanic, where you have a lot of machines that do a lot of processing, and that sort of thing is kind of magical boxes. Takes some of the complexity away when you make it simpler, but this mod definitely adds complexity back in the form of progressive automation and all kinds of things. So one of the first things you need to do in the mod is to find some of these rubber trees, and you're going to start harvesting a substance from the tree, which we'll look at another time, and basically to produce rubber, and that rubber is used to insulate copper wires. So that's kind of the level of realism we're talking about here. Pretty cool stuff. So let's get back heading this way. Let me look at my list here just a moment. We got the forester, we got the digger, next up is the farmer, so we're going to head all the way back. Yeah, so boy, since I did this round, I've already made some changes, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what I was thinking at the time I finished out this round when I get to the Explorer. Let's take a look at the map for a second. Yeah, we have fully just explored the prairie. Yeah, and running back and forth across it's getting kind of tiring. I've set a limit to myself. I cannot move my bed. Again, the bed I cheated in at the beginning, which gave me a great deal of safety and security. So I kind of took back some of that by saying, well, I can't just pick up that bed. I need to leave it there. And hopefully soon I will be able to craft the bed, because I do have a gather goal of using my wooden shears from Thermal Foundation, great cheap shears, to clip wool from sheep. And I found, finally going off that direction, I found some sheep, so if I keep at it I can get a stack of wool, and I will be able to officially craft a bed. And when I can do that, then I can wander off great distances and sleep the night through. Excuse me while I eat. Do I have any more food? Nope. Anyway, the farmer's activities are completely limited to planting plants that grow on blocks without having to convert them into farmland. The farmer did achieve a full stack of sugarcane, so I am an official supplier of sugarcane. And another thing I did was I harvested one water artichoke. Let's see if I can do it correctly here. Nope, I'd have to break it. I'm gonna be careful. Yeah, I got two. It's alright. I had a gather goal of just harvesting one, because, let's see here. This is the water artichoke globe. I knew that there was a drop, and I wanted to start tracking that drop and create a gather goal for getting that. So I broke one plant. I'm going to replant here. There we go. And added the water artichoke globe to my list. And now I have a goal of gathering not just the seeds of the water artichoke, but those globes as well. And again, it's from the Witchery mod. Let's take a look here. Yeah, see, I have lots of blueberries. I'm going to go ahead and give myself eight of those. These away, put these away. Here's my over a stack of clay, and here's my over a stack of mud balls. Yeah, so that's my progression. There are always things I don't mention that I collect every round with the goal of getting a stack. When I get the stack, I'll say it. If I haven't yet, I won't mention it. So you can see I'm kind of gathering up stuff here. Oh, it's getting dark again. And yeah, so forester, farmer comes next. The builder. Oh yes. So one minor thing I did here in the base camp is I replaced the crafting station with the Tinker's Construct crafting station. It's pretty much, crafting table, the vanilla crafting table with the Tinker's Construct crafting station. It's really pretty much a crafting station, except you can leave your blocks on there. They don't automatically return to your inventory. So if you build something and you go, oh, I missed that, oh, it's in the chest over here, yeah, you have to redo it. No, with that, it's pretty much just an upgrade. So I just stuck it here. Let's see, go to sleep. So yeah, that's a crafting machine from Tinker's Construct, which means that there's going to be a Tinker's Construct workshop. It's going to have that and many other discovered machines. In fact, here's just about everything that I have crafted from raw materials. Wooden pickaxe, hooray, got one of those. Haven't bothered to equip it quite yet. Here's some Tinker's Construct crafting tools, and I know I'm talking through the music. Yeah, look at all these things. Not going to talk a lot about them, but we will get to them. I've decided when it's time to build something. So we will cover everything pretty much, but I'm going to try to be economical about it so I can make the progress and get on with getting on. So there we go. Excuse my eating. Alright, so that brings us to the Explorer. Now, I had this concept that I would have a concentrated base in a particular location. I have since abandoned that concept. With what's music's left, let's take a little walk over here and then I'll explain. So what we have here is this very interesting kind of, what you could say if it were in the real world, a kind of volcanic caldera, the lake in the center. It's fairly round, very interesting terrain. During the last round, I had the idea that I would try to find a focused location where I would just build everything. Maybe the farms would spread out around it, but I wanted all the workshops and the residences to be kind of concentrated in this area. And I thought, wow, this is the most interesting and potentially challenging location for doing something like that. It's also right next to where I spawned. I think it was right up on this ridge here. Where are we right now? Just swam across here. But yeah, one of the ideas I had was if I built into these dirt and stone kind of small cliff areas, I could build a kind of semi-underground, windowed, hobbit hole-ish, circular place. What's this? This is on the edge, right? Yes. So this would be part of the edge there. And that would be a great challenge and a great way to kind of focus in. I like to build and kind of gradually grow something in a confined area. But I'm not sure I'm going to do that, as it turns out. I am still moving back and forth. Will I build my workshops all together here in a tight-knit community, or will I kind of spread them out into larger builds that need space and room to grow? There's just so many decisions, and I kind of want to latch on to one idea and go with it, at least in this game, and leave it to another game to do it differently. So anyway, that's what the Explorer did this round. Didn't explore any new area of the biome that was in prairie, because we'd already pretty much covered it. Didn't go off into a new biome because just to do a new biome, and I would like to do a new biome in its entirety. I need a way to get back to base camp because I can't move my bed, right? A self-imposed restriction there. I have to get back to here every night, and that's just too much of a pain. So I need a bed. I did achieve the boat. Obviously I have oak wood, and crafting a boat is just a matter of crafting with planks. So I can do some pretty serious water-based exploring. So I'm kind of thinking about how I'm going to approach that. The first step will probably be that the explorer will need to find the location of a good port in this biome as kind of a place where, I would come in by boat and park in a shallow area, protected. You could imagine that sometimes the ocean gets rough and you need a secure shelter to come in. This would be kind of an obvious idea for that, but I'm currently using it for a farm and I don't want to take that away. So I might look for somewhere else. This is really kind of a neat little area. Whether I continue to farm here or maybe I find a way to make a port and farming, or I just move the farms all together to the west side. Right, so I'm here. The west side, look, you've got all this flat land, you've got all this water. I mean, this to me is just says this is where you want to build your farms. You can just spread out, make as much wheat, sugarcane, whatever as you need, and just goes with the landscape. So maybe this would be a great port. It's just such a nice little intimate area. You can clear out these blocks so the water comes in. And then this area here is kind of the most graceful slope, so maybe it's kind of a way to make a road up and connect you across this landscape over to the farms. This is the chief mining area. It's the biggest cavern entrance. I think this plus this suggests that I should start developing my farms, the residences of the farms. My miner is going to want to be located over here. I decided that the residences that I build should be in a spot where those raw material collecting professions would like to be, because it's in the middle of where they work. This base camp I was going to make into the community storage, but what sense is it to have the community storage over here when you've got all your farms and your mine over here? So I think that's going to end up moving. It's going to move somewhere that makes sense. Maybe here. Plus the forester You know, this is a lousy place for the forester to start. There's like a small scattering of trees across here, just to walk a long ways just to get to anything. Obviously, the forester is going to be much happy working in this area. So again, we're here, we're here, and here. This area here is looking out to be a good place to start, kind of as the center. But just as with the berry bushes, I want all these farms to kind of grow up in the place where the say inspiration or the first item of its type um, was discovered. So all of this is self-imposed rules, limiting my options, but giving me guidance as to how to design my build. And it's all part of the design. The self-limitations create pattern, design, and I think in the end, elegance and beauty. It'll be an interesting process. Alright, so that's all of the external stuff. Let's talk a little bit about the researcher. You saw that the researchers had a lot of items crafted from raw materials. Almost nighttime. The topic this week is crafting. So if I achieve a gather goal, gathering a stack of oak wood, and I research that oak wood and discover that there are many things I can craft from it, or at least a few things, like oak wood planks. Oak wood planks. If I discover a block or an item through crafting research, then that item moves first into my list with the research task of crafting. So if a wooden, so the wooden plank, when I discovered it, I added it to my list and I said craft. So the next research round, I crafted one wooden block. Well, I had to craft two, but I crafted one, and then I moved it to use research right away. No gather goal. I don't have to craft a stack. I just said I just need to craft one item that I've discovered through a recipe. And here's what you get. I get one wooden pickaxe. 3 ladders is the minimum you can craft. 2 fences, 1 fence gate, etc. 4 oak wood stairs. These are all items I crafted as part of the research round. And as happens, and I'll talk more about this in the next video, the crafted items move immediately to use research, which means I need to read the wiki article on what they're for, what they can be used for. Are they a tool? Are they a crafting machine? And I also discover what recipes they support. What can I craft from those items? And yeah, right now we're really beginning to progress with more and more things that you can craft, from the basic oak wood to the wood planks to the sticks, and all the things that you can craft from wood planks and sticks pretty much is what you see here. So that covers what I wanted to talk about on my research round. The last thing you should do is take a look at the quest book. Let's see if we have completed a quest. I'll just click through while the music plays. Okay, the music has died away. And that concludes this episode. So, we saw the quest book. I had completed, finally, the Tinker's Construct crafting machines, which means I need to build myself a Tinker's Construct workshop so I can get to working away at making all those tools that we've been waiting for. The reason we've been waiting for them is because this is the Infinity Evolved expert mode, and most of the vanilla tools recipes do not work to produce tools that you can use. So we have no shovel, we have no axe, we have no sword, we do have a pickaxe, but that's it. No hoe. All these things we're going to have to get through Tinker's Construct. In any case, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned because things are going to develop much more quickly in a lot of ways. So, in any case, take care and see you next time.